Okay guys, on this video we will working on the back side of the driver compartment. I can see his little curve there. Let me zoom in. See that? Like that. And the back window is about 50% of the entire surface area. So, and if we divide it into half here, so like half each, so maybe I think it's 1/3, not 50%. I was wrong. And okay, let's take a look at it. Now I can see the detail on the front fender. We did um, when I did it, it's not correctly. I think toward to the end I'm gonna modify this, but you don't have to. But I'm gonna produce the video to show you how to modify the front fender. So okay, and let's take a look at more on the detail on the back side. Right, it's about there. Here we go. So it's actually quite simple. It's curve here, no harsh edge. Okay, so let's start it. And I'm gonna select this part. And from last video, we already did attach the top part. Okay, so if you don't attach this top part here, like this area, go back to the previous video to watch it. Okay, so I'm gonna remove this outside of the mask layer, and then I can template it. Here we go. Now we already prepared a lot of things on here, so we're gonna mirror it. Let's delete history. Alt Shift D shortcut. The main command is just under delete by type history right there. So now I'm gonna mirror it, and I'm gonna mirror with the bounding box, so that these edges merge. Now let's make sure I'm gonna select all the vertices on the center, just to make sure. Turn on scale 2, and then just scale. I scale on X direction so that they become a single line. Because if something happened like this, I'm gonna show it to you. And if I do mirror, it's gonna be negative X. Here we go. Now, it's just because majority they are in a single line, except for that vertices. Somehow Maya could deal with it, but there might be a time. Let me try more, see if it's gonna help. Okay, here we go. I exaggerate a little bit. Mirror. Oh. Somehow I got lucky because it works. Well, let me undo. Just my point is, make sure these are straight line on the center to prevent any irregular or gap, because in the past you might see on a few, some of my video on this week, I had that problem when when the I don't remember which video it is, but when the center lines are not straight, it's have a gap. Anyway, so this time it's work, so I'm gonna just mirror. Here we go. And the reason that I mirror right away, because we're gonna cut the hole. Alt Shift Delete. Oops, sorry. Alt Shift D, and then I'm gonna save scene as, this time I'm gonna be version 14. Can you see I have a lot of version there? Okay, and I'm gonna referencing it again. Or I could referencing like that. So now I'm gonna press 3, and see when I press 3, it looks good right away. Okay. The only thing I need to do is I need to stop continuity on this section right there. There we go. Let me turn that off. Oh wait, we're gonna have to create a thickness first. I forgot. Okay. So let's go to object mode. I'm gonna temporarily hide the layers. Here we go. And I'm gonna cut the back window first. So I'm gonna have to turn on image plane, switch to 4 so that I can see. Oh, okay, I can't see it. Well, basically I'm gonna grab only these two faces, and I'm gonna extrude it and then offset. So we're gonna offset, how about 5? I think 5's too less. 10. I'm gonna do 10 and look like that. So let me think a little bit. I think if they're flat lines, so I can scale like this. The reason that I am hesitating is I think on the back is based on the reference is quite small, not wide. So it's like 1/3. So if I visually look, it's about that size. And I'm gonna move it down really close to this line because I am checking on my reference. See right there, really close. Let's press 3 to see how it looks. Okay. Alright. I think this is good. I'm gonna press 1 back. Now I'm gonna cut the hole, just delete it. So next we will extrude this. Extrude, and I'm gonna push inward even though it's reverse. It's just because I want it to be the inside there. Now can you see right here, this is a little bit of problem there. So I'm gonna move it backward so that they won't intersect too much yet, because I'm gonna have to manually adjust this section. So I'm gonna reduce it even more. Here we go. See, I don't want anything overlap, even though it may look too thin, but we will fix that. Okay, so right now I concern only that part. So I'm gonna subtract, switch to selection tool. I just press Q, and I'm gonna subtract this and that, and also on the top part, because I want to do based on the plane. So I'm gonna move that plane, make it thicker. Here we go. I think that's thick enough. Okay, so now I could do like this too, make that thicker. Here we go. And this section I'm gonna select like that, like this. I mean, because the reason that I select both of them, because I can use scale tool and then move like this, so that I get a same thickness on left and right. Okay. Now, if in the future there's something that is not allow you to do that, what you can do on this is you can delete one side and working only a single side. Okay, so now let me check. I think this section need to be straight line. Here we go. Straight line. Straight line. Here we go. And let's see if they all straight line. Straight cut. If press 3 would look like this. Now switch to object mode. We need to reverse this. Here we go. So now the next thing we need to do is we're gonna just stop continuity right there in that loop. There we go. Make it hard. Make it sharp edge. And the inside too. Now the inside, let's take a look at it a little bit on the picture. There's a little detail here. Hold on, let me.
Hello?
Okay, I'm back. And so it has a little detail like that. So we're gonna extrude face. There we go. And extrude it. Okay. And then I'm gonna move in a little bit, so that has a little bit of different. Now when I move, because of the projection, you see right there, so I have to manually adjust. The reason that it does that because it's based on the normal of the original face that we selected. So, and once again, you could do something like this to grab both all and scale so that they become a straight line. There we go. Okay, so now what we need is we need to push this face inward a little bit. Here we go. So that they, can you see it has a slightly gap there. There's not much gap actually. Let me move it back. Okay. Let's press 3 to see how it looks. So now if we stop continuity so that the edge outsides are a little sharp. 3, here we go. If I turn that off and let me go to object mode. Here we go. So can you see we got that? Okay, good. And now we're gonna have to stop continuity on the right here. Okay, so now when we cut this, if I cut, let's hold shift key so that it snap 10%. Let's do 20, same as this side. 1, 2, 20. Now press 3. Can you see it started to have a little curve? Press 1. If you want it to be a sharp corner, it means it has to be closer, but we don't do this one. So now I think this one I'm gonna do 20 also. 20. And then let's do 20. Okay, press 3. Look like that. Okay. And I can press 1 back. I want it to be sharper. So that's an inside and right there. Here we go. Oh wait, wrong spot. Got to be right in there. So right here, one more. Press 3. Just wanted to have a little more sharper. If it's not, oh, I did the wrong one. I did the inside. I moved the wrong face. Well, no big deal. Gonna go back to 1. And basically these are the faces that need to be pushed inward. Turn on move to and then just push in like that. Here we go. And now I'm gonna cut right here again one more time. And you can cut right on the base of that area, because when you press 3, can you see it look like curve like that? Gonna switch to I'm gonna turn that off a little bit, and here we go. See that? Okay. And I think this section, let me go back to 1 again. I can move the back side a little more right here, so that they become a little more curved. Now this section though, this what you can do when it's so close, so that instead of get a nicer curve, we don't, right? So let me remove that and this, and then delete. Here we go. Okay, somehow it doesn't go all the way there. Let me make sure. Switch to vertex. I don't want anything to leave there. So if I press 3 again, okay, we can cut in the middle instead. Press 1. Now, to cut in the middle, we could do multi-cut, but let's turn on grid so that we can help. I mean, you can do one side and mirror it, but should I do one side and mirror it? I mean, if we do one side and mirror it, we will get exactly same space. However, we can do like this. We can use grid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I cut around 6, so you have to click outside of the surface, hold shift and cut. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, same thing. It will not be exactly symmetrical, because we most likely will offset like 0.003 and something like that, but it close enough. So now when we cut like that, when we press 3, we still get that curve. Can you see? There we go. But the thing is, when we do this way, we help to create a blending from here to there better. So that's what we should do. Okay, and we are done from the back side. Oh, not yet. We have to cut more. Press 1 right here, multi-cut. Make that become a sharp edges. I will cut the inside also. There we go. And then the bottom. Now look like this. There we go. So if I bring everything back, I think somehow it doesn't go all the way up. Something incorrect again. I have a little problem there. Let's see if I can connect them. Nope, it can't be connect. So something really wrong. So same thing as when we did in the past. I think there was some face with zero edge with zero space in there. So somewhere right. I don't. Oh, here we go. It's just because these sections, that problem. Okay. Gonna go back to object mode. That line that caused the problem. Let's see if I can double click, and then let's slice it out See if it fixed instead of try to delete them. Here we go. Just a little bit. Don't let it overlap. See if this fix. And might be some other part right there. See that one? It's from right there. Another one. I mean, if you don't have this problem, lucky you. If you do, you have two way. Do like what I'm doing like this, or delete the face like in the other section when we did the door. I had the same problem. So now let's see if I can cut them correctly. Yes, it's just because when two edges are on top of each other, it's become edge with zero space, and that causes incorrect, unable to cut, create a continuity loop. So now it does loop. So press 3. Now it's perfect. This is exactly what I need it to be. Okay, so now we really finish. Alt Shift delete, Alt Shift D, sorry, delete history. Then I'm gonna bring everything back. Okay, so the next thing will be this section. So I will add, will be the roof. The roof should be the easiest one. I'm gonna remove and template reference. Here we go. So the roof, I'm gonna just have to mirror and create the thickness. So mirror, I'm gonna use the same setting because it's based on positive X to negative X. Mirror, here we go. And if I press 3, it will look like this. So we're gonna have to add thickness and a few things. So it might be a good idea to switch to 1, and on we want this to be a reference, so switch to 1 so that we can match. So first thing we need to do multi-cut, cut in the middle like that. There we go. And you may have to move that part a little bit up to match. Now when I move that way, I forgot this section haven't been moved yet, right? So I'm gonna have to, now if I do this section, I'm gonna have to move it also. So might be a good idea, delete this section first. Here we go. And then we're gonna bring it back. Now you can move this section so that it match. There we go. It doesn't have to be perfectly. Okay. So now I can cut again. Hold shift. I hold shift so that I snap twice. Like 2 snap on there. Here we go. So now they should be matched correctly. And I'm gonna go to object mode, select that and extrude, and this time I'm gonna extrude inward. I'm gonna switch to 4 so I can see how thick it will go. Here we go. Okay, so 5 look like this. Then go to object mode, reverse. Here we go. And I'm gonna control 1 to isolate. Now we need a little adjustment right there and there. We just want it to be a straight line. Let me turn that off. Right there. You just kind of flatten it. and then you can scale a little bit. Here we go. So that it looks kind of a similar thickness. Slightly off is no big deal on this part. And then now if we press 3, we need to stop continuity. Press 1, multi-cut. I'm gonna have to zoom in. 1, 2, 3, and then on the side 1, and I think that's good. On the back side, got to do the same thing. Here we go. And let's press 3. Okay. I think we are press 1 back. Oh, control 1 back. Okay. And let's check. Go to object mode. Press 3. See, they are matched. And I think this is good. Okay. So we basically complete the compartment, driver compartment. Now for the detail on the wiper, if you do, you don't have to for now, but if you do, I'll give you extra point. Okay, so and I'm gonna do a snapshot on these two objects. Delete history, freeze transform, don't forget. Try to make it become habit about freezing transform, deleting history. And gonna freeze. Now I'm gonna go back and check some of my geometry that I need to be delete history, freeze transformation. I mean, do you remember I had one problem in the past when I forgot to delete history? Somehow Maya could not figure it out how to calculate it. So basically I have to rebuild everything. So I think I'm gonna freeze transform all together on the group node. Edit delete by type history just in case. Check every single one. Luckily it doesn't crash on me. Okay, and then freeze transform. Now when you freeze transform on the object that has a selection handle display, you're gonna have to reset the location. If I do control 1, now can you see it's go somewhere else? So I'm gonna have to go to component mode, selection handle, grab that handle, just manually move it to the location you want it to be. Here we go. So now it's right there. Control 1 back. Check this side. We already freeze that one. What about this one? Good. Okay. Good. Okay. How about the axle? I think good. Let me save again. Good. Alright, oh, that one. Modify freeze it. There we go. Okay. And I can call a L back fender mash. Okay. And to mirror it to the other side, you just duplicate it. And I'm gonna rename it to R, and you add group node on top of it, control G, so that we can mirror. But before you mirror by put -1, but before you do that, oops, check on the font view. because the group node, this is my mistake when I build it. Somehow I shift the center of all geometry away from the center of the workspace of the X. So I'm going to press D and then try to move that to line up with the center line, 3D, so that when I mirror it, it will be exactly same space. So now I'm going to put -1. Here we go. These are manually mirroring. And then I can ungroup, select the geometry. Can you see? It has a little time slip because it's offset from the center, and then it has a 180-degree. So now I'm going to phase transform them and done on that fender. Okay. Alright. So that's it for this video. And we'll come back to the headlights and bumper.